I like this guy better than you do.
I tweet about Ty Simpson from Bama, and look, man, if that dude go in the first round, dog.
Well, he's not going in the first round. I wouldn't take him in the first round.
Brad, of course you wouldn't.
I mean, I got him in the third. I got him there with Nussmeier.
Teams don't look, Brian. Teams don't draft like us. They draft like they draft, and that's sucking.
Yeah.
Pause. Brian, I don't know what people seeing in this cat. Anyway, Parcell stuff, right? Parcell stuff.
Yeah.
No, that's Beck. Who I'm gonna look for? Simpson. All right, cool. Simpson, Bama over the last 4 years.
He's not gonna get the starts.
Hold on, Brian.
He's not gonna have the starts.
Hold on, Brian.
Brian,
hold on, man. He been at Bama for 4 years.
Yeah, but he's just now starting.
15 starts.
Yeah, I know. This is very Mitch Trubisky like.
Why he ain't leave?
This is he was a 5-star recruit too at Alabama. He was a 5-star recruit at Alabama, and he stuck it out.
This is one of Mark Sanchez joints where you the backup and you don't even play, but you get drafted high anyway. This one.
Yeah, could be.
Brian. 4 years, 15 starts.
Yeah.
I don't know, dog. 11 wins. I don't know, bro. 28 touchdowns to 5 picks. I can live with that.
It's pretty good.
6'1", 211. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Out of all the guys we've watched so far, Brian, I think he's the best athlete so far.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, as far as him running around. I'm going to let you break him down, Brian. But I watched.
Why, you don't feel good about your breakdown?
No, it's just your turn to break him down.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn to kick it off. I did first and third. You'll do second and fourth.
Got you.
I watched.
You always give me fourth down.
I watched Wisconsin 25.
Yeah.
Indiana 25.
Yeah.
Georgia Conference Championship 25.
Yeah.
Oklahoma Week 12 25.
Yeah.
And Auburn 25. I'm gonna just give you my game notes and I'm gonna let you go. Wisconsin 25. I was like, accurate. Nice touch. Good on the short and medium.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Indiana 25. Nothing. Georgia Conference Championship 25.
Yeah.
Nah, B. Oklahoma Week 12 25. He's letting Nas down. I'm getting sleepy. Auburn 25. Handled pressure well. Some nice throws here or there. Still some nonsense.
Yeah.
He was definitely throwing the ball to Pam Oliver in some of these games, bro. I guess the harder the competition got, the worse he got.
Yeah.
But he was
was
real good versus Wisconsin and Auburn, Brian. I'll give him that.
Sure.
But versus these other teams that got defenses worth they salt, boy,
Yeah.
Ty Simpson was throwing the ball anywhere.
Yeah.
Brian, please tell me why you got him in the third. I got him in the fourth behind Beck.
Yeah, you know what? I think mechanically, and Alabama doesn't have a great. I mean, we could talk about Hurts and Tua and guys like that. I was about to say Alabama and their history with quarterbacks. and Joe Namath, Richard Todd go all back to back. He did wait it out, and I think there's something. There's a little bit of credit that you get. We talked about Nussmeier and the patience that he had to. It's a place he wanted to be, and Ty Simpson obviously wanted to be at Alabama and play. Mechanically, this guy is sound. Throwing the football, the footwork, the release, I think are favorable to how I think he could process. I think the decision making is good. The timing needs to be a little bit in work. Anticipation needs to be a little bit in work. I think that to me is his ability to, when he drops back, he looks like he's making those throws where it's very repetitive to him. Where he's dropped back, make a throw, make a throw, make a throw. I think he's unfazed by some coverages that people try to do. I think he knows how to move the sticks. I think he's one of these guys, when you look at him throwing the football, his ability to hit guys on the move, his ability to hit guys on the out, his ability to run the football. You're absolutely right. There is a 4-game stretch at the end of the year where he is not very good. He is not. I mean, he's below a 60% passer.
Versus the good teams.
Versus some good teams. Yeah. But to me, I think that he's able to kind of his ability to be able to make the necessary throws. I had him over. I have Nussmeier over him. I have him over Beck. I think this guy, because of his ability to kind of, with Beck, I worried about the pressure and how he faced the pressure. I think this guy's a little bit better with that. I would think some times where some stuff broke down on him and he was able to make some throws. the base can get a little jittery. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. But I think to me, when you look at him and the throws that he can make, this guy can be accurate throwing the football. He can lead the receiver. I think he's a really bright guy because you don't see a lot of the touchdown to turnover ratio was really good for him. I just think that there's things that you could work with because of his traits that he has, that repetitive style that he plays with. I think can be something that could be coached. I think he could be a steady quarterback for me. There's nothing spectacular about the way he plays, but I do like the fact that he's had some games. You can look at the games, like I say, the Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Tennessee games. I felt like that there was a good stretch, and then towards the end, he kind of completely fell apart a little bit for you. So a little bit of up and down. The 1-year starter stuff does bother me because we've seen, like I said, I mentioned the Mitch Trubisky's and stuff of the world. You want a guy that's got a lot more experience. Beck had a lot more experience than this guy, especially playing in big games. So, but I do have this guy in the 3rd round. I do have Nussmeier above him in the round, as I have Beck in the 4th round. So I'm going to take the opportunity to take a guy that's, that stuck it out, but the mechanics I think are super sound with the footwork and the release perspective. So I'm going to go with him on that.
I'm not going to give you credit for sticking it out. I ain't finna give him credit for sitting behind Jalen Milroe and showing up and doing this. Brian,
He should have played over Milroe.
Could you do me a favor, Brian? Mm-hmm. Could you go to your board from last year?
Yeah.
And could you read the report that you have on Dylan Gabriel? I'm gonna let you find it.
Okay.
And why you working on that, Brian? I just see a dude that kind of shrunk in these big games.
You seeing Dylan Gabriel? Is that what you tell me you're seeing?
I'm seeing a guy that you are right. He's very every down, very steady, mechanical, all this kind of stuff, footwork. Poise, if you want to say, I don't think he's always poised. I think pressure have him running around looking crazy. Mm-hmm. But I think about what's separating these other guys from Simpson to me right now is like fearlessness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Nussmeier, I think Beck, 24 Beck and Nussmeier, and last year's Nussmeier as well. I think they all showed this level of fearlessness that I think you have to have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Simpson played with a whole bunch of fearlessness. I think when he was late, I think he was scared. When he was on time and the offense was cool, mm-hmm. he was cool.
Yeah.
And I think that has a lot to do with who you lined up against. But the minute these coordinators made it difficult for him,
mm-hmm.
they showed some different looks. Some pass rush got to him a little bit. Indiana, good defense. I'm talking about like these Oklahoma guys, like these like good defenses. I think they kind of made him shrink a little bit. He started throwing the football anywhere, Brian. So when he's good, he's good. When he's good, he's good. Like mm-hmm. good touch and all that.
Yeah.
Anticipation. He's leading guys. He's not. He throws over the middle of the field and all this kind of stuff. I think the farther he got downfield, the more weird it got for him.
Sure.
So like I say, short to medium was good. I think down the field, I didn't think he had a good feel for down the field, and I don't think he put a whole bunch of zip on the ball neither downfield. But that's just me. What else? If his arm talent was a little better, then cool.
Sure.
Then maybe we can put him up there a little bit. I just didn't think that he had the arm talent to separate himself from these other guys here. And I just think that he's like Dylan Gabriel at the most. Like he's a smaller guy as well. Dylan was like smaller than him.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel we had at 5'11", 205.
Yeah. So he's bigger than Gabriel, but in terms of play
just a
style,
couple inches, yeah.
Play style or whatever,
Yeah.
I see him playing similar. Like Gabriel's probably a little better.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm bringing him up, Brian, is because we see what Gabriel looks like in the league now.
Yeah.
Like Gabriel done played some games, started, especially in a weird situation.
Mm-hmm.
But if you Ty Simpson, you're probably gonna get drafted to a team that's in a weird situation right now. Brian, could you tell us what you had on Gabriel, please?
Yeah, older quarterback, ton of experience as a starter, poised, confidence, doesn't let the negative play bring him down, very capable player. Does a good job of the best of his ability, operates at a quick pace, knows where to go with the ball, super accurate with the ball on short and intermediate routes. It's rare you see him make the receivers work. He will see misses when it comes to longer throws. Just doesn't have the size, the power, the arm talent to horse the ball down the field. The quicker the throw, the better for him. He's effective moving around the pocket, can elude pressure, make plays outside the pocket. He's been productive through his career. Really trusts his teammates and their ability to help him. Plays with a calmness about him. Very good touch, ball placement. He lacks height and power. That will turn clubs off. He needs to play in an offense where he can make really quick throws. I mentioned this. Dane Brugler spoke of a fit with the Dolphins and how they execute their scheme with a smaller quarterback. I think that's something worth noting.
I think Gabriel's a better college quarterback than Simpson was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that their game, like size is like not talking about the size or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just their game is similar. Like their game in the National Football League, projecting them is similar. But I think Gabriel was a little better at it. So, first of all, is that fair?
That's fair.
So that makes me just put Simpson in the fourth. I'm not gonna quarterback tax somebody and bump them higher than I feel like they should go. Like if he played better, I'll say this about Gabriel at least. Gabriel played some like competition, and Gabriel did well versus those guys. Like Gabriel had to go against like some
Ohio State,
some dudes, and he played well, well in those games. It matters so much to me, competition, common opponents, Brian. I say it all day, every day. So you would think at Bama playing versus a bunch of great competition, I just didn't see him play well in those games versus great.
To me, I think they're very similar. And what you're talking about is, I think they're both very accurate throwers of the football. And to me, that's where I was talking about the repetitiveness of his mechanics in the way. I mean, he doesn't just look all over the place in the pocket, but I didn't see him missing open throws. I mean, when there's been some. If you watch Alabama, they had some drops this year. Their receivers had some drops, so his numbers are probably not going to be where they need. But man, this guy, like the ability to move around the pocket. The biggest issue with this guy, in my opinion, is that the 1 year starting. That's, I mean, if you talk about the Parcells rule and the number of starts and that is a detriment to him. But there are some games, like I said, the Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri game, Tennessee. I felt like he played pretty good in those games. But at the end of the year, you had some problems, with some good competition. That's why I don't see him as a first round guy. That's why I don't see him as a second round guy.
Yeah. Well, that's why I don't see him as a third round guy.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, but I kind of feel like, though, that when I was watching him and Nussmeier, I kind of felt like I was looking at the same guy a little bit.
25 Nussmeier,
yeah.
But I have a vivid thought of 24 Nussmeier, and how he was getting the, like you were saying, horsing. Horsing's a good ass word.
Yeah,
I'm gonna add that to my shit. Horsing the ball downfield.
Yeah.
24 Nussmeier does that.
Sure.
24 Beck does that. That's why I'm watching the last 2 years, right? Because why is something different here than it is there?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of things that factor into why quarterbacks do what they do, but man, what's his name? Simpson only got 1 year to look at.
Right.
So we can't be like, oh well, he was better at the other location.
No.
Oh, don't go to this Waffle House, go to the other one.
Yeah.
We can't do that with Simpson. But we could do it with Beck and with Nussmeier.
Right.
You might be right and I might be wrong, but if I'm putting Beck versus Nussmeier versus Simpson here, I just can't ignore what Simpson looked like getting the ball down the field versus some of those better teams.
Yeah. I think if people are talking about him as a first round guy, they're missing the boat here.
Yeah.
They're clearly missing the boat. And like I say, I worry about Beck and the arm strength but maybe that UCL joint stuff, the Tommy John, maybe that stuff will get better for him. Maybe he'll get more strength. I just felt like, to me, with like when you watched him play, maybe the body language, maybe the way he presents himself, maybe how he, does he. I think he cares, but man, I watch guys like the Simpson and the Nussmeiers. I think it does. I think it's important to them, and this is unfair to say because I haven't ever talked to Beck, but man, there seems like a very kind of a lax attitude about him. And that's why I have him as the fourth guy. But you very well could be right about Simpson and as far as stuff like that. The 1 year thing is the most scariest thing to me. The 1 year thing is the most scary for sure.